Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and game 3 in a series between Hero and OGS's TheStC. We have STC spawning as the red Terran player under the name Riptide. Meanwhile, we have OGS Hero spawning as the blue Protoss player under the name Liquid Heypro, just to try to confuse me even further. So this is going to be Lost Temple, ally spawn, close spawns, so that this one Xel'Naga watchtower here should come into play, offering a lot of sight. Now, based upon this matchup, based upon the map and the spawning locations, I would give a little bit of an advantage to Terran. Terran players are able to easily place down siege tanks here and here, offering plenty of sight, making it very difficult to move out with an army. The Protoss player, however, can try to counter this by using warp prisms, and we did see very effective use of warp prisms on Metalopolis. So we'll see if whether or not Hero decides to go that route again, or if he tries to do something a little bit more sneaky. We now see what one supply depot has been lowered. A barrack should be placed over here on that front door side, and now a marine will be trained up as soon as that barracks is done. We can see that the gateway is currently being warped in, and a simulator should be following up in just a moment, followed by another pylon, a pretty standard opening that most Protoss players use, just because it doesn't slow down your economy, and it also allows for a number of viable tech options after the initial scouting is done. SCV now trying to chase away that one probe. We can see that the barracks is currently nearing completion as well. The refinery is already down by STC, so STC will be able to get a standard gas up, train up one marine or two marines, and then go for a factory as well. So I believe the marine should be training out of there in just a moment. A supply depot needs to be built as well in order to make sure that STC does not become supply locked, as we now have more, and a marine now currently being queued up. We can see that the gateway is down, and the cybernetics core is being built all the way in the backside of the base, so that SCV will really need to venture very far forward in order to figure out where that cybernetics core is. The assimilator is down over here. A second assimilator is already down, so it may look like Hero wants to go for the same strategy as before. It is a double gas strategy, and if he goes for a robotics facility into multiple gateways, that would work out pretty well for him. A zealot now being trained, as we now have more marines currently being queued up as well. The factory should be placed down in just a moment. Oh, he needs one more gas in order to build the factory. I don't know why he pulled everything off of those units there. And now he does have currently a barracks down in play and sitting at 96 gas. This is really strange build coming in from STC, not getting any gas at all, and now going for a reactor. So I guess he's going for mass marines with a bunker instead. He can see that there is the cybernetics core, there is another pylon over here as well, and now getting a reactor, and now going for a command center. So the reason why he stopped his gas harvesting is in order to be able to build up another command center, hoping and opting out for a much stronger economy. So SCV is now making their way out, going to build up one barracks and a second barracks as well. The reactor is nearing completion, so it will be able to double train up some units in just a moment. SCV just offering sight over here, not really doing much altogether. Perhaps a supply depot to finish off that wall in. STC does have this one command center here. He should have perhaps built the command center a little bit further away, so that if a stalker goes up that ramp, it wouldn't be able to be spotted. But then it does have to fly a little much closer, or a much longer distance, in order to get to its final destination. 3 gateways now being warped in as well. And there is currently no robotics facility, so it may just be your standard 4-gate push. A lot of marines currently being trained, but if there is a decent number of sentries, I believe that Hero should be able to just use Guardian Shields and finish it, and finish it with one strong, serious push, as Guardian Shields reduce the amount of damage Marines deal from 6 down to 3, and then an additional +1 if you account for the armor on Zealots and Stalkers. So more Marines still being trained. We also have a lot of gas being saved up so far, as this command center is currently being upgraded to an orbital command, and now in comes this pylon. Marines now trying to walk up, Marines now trying to fire back over. SCVs are not going to be able to make it over in time to finish that repairing there. SCVs coming off the mineral line. Stalkers now continuing to push away through. SCVs trying to absorb as much damage as possible. Many of these Stalkers have been shut down here, and SCVs are now getting them slowed down as well. So the Marines and now have to be very careful as more Zealots being warped in, and now some Stalkers as well. So just trying to get as much damage as possible. One supply depot, a Marauder now coming in to join in on that fight. And Marines also getting picked apart slowly, one time after time. Stalkers, that one Marauder doesn't have the concussive shell just quite yet, but is training up a lot of units. And now he really needs to try to shut down this pylon. If he doesn't shut down this pylon, he's going to be in a world of hurt there. And now in come the Marauders and Marines. Zealots now trying to walk back over here. Marines now getting further away from those Stalkers, so only those Zealots are engaging. Nicely done using that ramp there. And now a lot of those Zealots are just continuing to try to give chase. More Marauders trying to come out. SCVs coming off the mineral line continually. Mules and more SCVs need to be trained up as the fight is continuing, going back and forth. And more units are still being warped in on the low ground. And my mouse is not working. So the fight is continuing, going back and forth. The Marines and Marauders perhaps should try to shut down this here. There is one Zealot there as the Marines and Marauders are trying to finish off this one pylon. This one supply depot will get taken down, supply locking or nearly supply locking STC right now, and it currently is supply lock. One Marine walking out a little bit too far, and now another backup pylon is here. So I believe the sentry will be able to force field that ramp, and that's going to be an absolute nightmare for STC, splitting up his units right there. This pylon will get taken down, but losing many of his units in an exchange for one pylon, not a very smart call by any means. More Stalkers and Zealots being reinforced. The Mules are the only thing that is currently saving STC at this time, allowing him to mine much more efficiently. There are Marines back over here. One Marauder also taken down again. More units need to be trained up, perhaps concussive shells, perhaps even a bunker at this time. And now double training Marines and Marauders. Another bunker now being placed down here, just trying to mass up as many units as possible along this ridge, making it difficult for a Hero to charge up this ramp, or sorry, a Hero to charge up that ramp. One Zealot now taken down, and another Zealot taken down, and now, oh, the Stalkers are going after that supply depot, but a lot of his own units have been shot down there as well. A bunker now being built over here as another force field coming in. So that those force fields have really slowed down how much damage STC can do, but STC is still not that far behind. STC, if you take a look at his base right now, getting double Marauders on that ramp point over there, and it says he's currently building a reactor, but I don't see it. Where's that? Oh, reactor being built here. So the reactor on that factory, and now a starport. So that starport will be able to double train medevacs. And that is really the saving grace right now for STC. STC with these mules able to mine much more efficiently. You can see that the mining difference, the harvester count is about even. No, now STC has the advantage in the harvester count, and he also has another orbital command in place ready to lift off as soon as he breaks out of this location. So Hero, who tried to do a very aggressive tactic, who looked to be in the lead just moments ago, is now, I believe, behind. As soon as STC starts double training medevacs, he will be able to have a strong counter army of his own. A factory now being built there. Poor Probe trying to walk up that ramp. Oh, no concussive shell yet? Concussive shells have not been researched yet, and now using that factory to create an even tighter choke point. So this is going to be very effective there. Sentries, Stalkers now realizing that they cannot continue to stay in that position. There is one pylon over here. Marauders now making their way out. The Marines perhaps should see that one pylon over there. That pylon will get shut down. Down it goes, salvaging that bunker. More Marines need to be trained. More supply depots need to be built. Engineering bay now going up, as well as now a double medevacs joining in on this army. Army-wise, it is going to be 1600 versus 1225. Marauders and Marines using that stim pack, getting a lot of damage across the board. In comes some more force fields there. Medevacs trying to heal up more units. And now the force fields are actually protecting the Marauders and Marines. The Marauders still do not have that concussive shell, though, so unable to chase down those units nearly as well as it would like to. Trying to get as much damage across multiple units. Zealots are also getting kited back and forth. Stalkers now being forced to fight. And wow, just a great job of Marauders and Marines using that stutter step, focusing down Stalker after Stalker and unit after unit. Those medevacs providing a lot of life for those additional units. And now, once again, using that stim charge, going back in, trying to focus down more of those units. Another Stalker has been taken down, focusing down units one at a time. And now it's going to be 3 Marauders, 2 Marauders and a Marine with 2 medevacs as support. One Zealot trying to come into play, but the stutter step is going to just allow for that one Zealot to get taken down there. And now, nicely done as more reinforcements coming in. And now the army size of STC just very, just much larger. Probes coming off the mineral line. Stalkers coming in to try to engage once again. Probes just getting a little bit of a surround there, but as soon as probes are coming off the mineral line, things are not looking good, especially against a Marine and Marauder army with medevacs as support. Continuing to fight. One Zealot will get taken down. Another Sentry very low on hit points. Both sides trying to fight it out. Those two medevacs are low on hit points, and I'm still surprised Concussive Shell hasn't been researched, but it doesn't matter, as Hero says GG. So Hero losing to the STC. Hero doing a good job fending off against that very aggressive 4-gate push, but the 4-gate push was not successful as STC had a command center in his own base, upgraded it to an orbital command, was able to call down mules, and essentially get a stronger economy running. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between Hero and the STC here on Lost Temple.